Minasan konnichiwa. I don't know. I'm trying out one of those like introductory things. Comment below if it's actually not that bad. Maybe I should take out the finger wag. I feel like Sonic. Anywho, today rear subframe time. Trying to dismantle the broken old suspension and see how far I can get on pulling out the rear suspension from the new car. Let's see how far I get today. Alright, today's question's coming in first thing in the episode, and I've had a bunch of people ask to explain how tie rod spacers work. A lot of people think extended control arms or longer tie rods give you angle, when really that just pushes the wheel out. In this case, the physics are what's important here, and that's that this flat face on this tie rod, ignore the fact it's bent, is what the actual steering stopper is. If you look inside the steering rack, there's a flat surface on the other end, and that's what this piece interfaces with. So what you do is you pick up a tie rod spacer, and you shove it over that, and re-thread it back into the steering rack. So what that'll do is, this now gives you 6 millimeters more before it hits the rack stop here. And that'll give you a little bit more angle without the cost of geometry or anything else. And the other side of it is you don't want too big of a steering spacer, tie rod spacer, because then you'll run out of threads. You want to put some kind of thread locker on this to make sure things don't slip out, but otherwise tie rod spacers are a very, very cheap, like $20 mod that you can do that'll give you angle that literally has no downsides. Alright, thanks guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to post them below, email me, faceballs, whatever you want. Alright, next up on Yoshi's Cool Tools. This is like a $5 threaded rod I picked up from Home Depot with some appropriate nuts and washers. And this will help us remove the trailing arm bushings without destroying them. Alright, so to install the tool, I'm using one of my solid subframe bushings, and really just use anything that'll cover up the other end. But the important point is you have a couple of threads that go inside the other trailing arm to locate it and make sure things don't go off center. But what I'm doing here is I've got 2 washers on either side, and those act kind of like a bearing on the more expensive tools. And then you're just gonna separate the two, and it should push this bushing out. Let's see. Alright, I've already realized I have done something wrong. I should have made this piece longer so that I can push more of the bushing out. But you can pretty much see how it's working. Getting there. Sure, slowly but surely. Woohoo! Ta-da! Alright, so handbrake isn't working. That's probably enough for today then, huh? Yeah.